Okay, at this juncture, I just want to say to all of you, please stay and enjoy yourselves. And this is really something to be part of. God bless you and safe landing home. Thank you.
Well, I want to say to Satya, whenever we have our family gatherings, he always says one thing. You know what? Our family is a dynasty. Well, I'm going to tell you, Satya, yes, we are a dynasty. You know, you see on television, they have this program called The Dynasty. But we won better. We won better than the John Collins did. And you see the Perima sitting here? They'll make the better ones on television. And if we were to produce a TV show, let me tell you, look around, and I think we'll have better stories to tell. Give a round of applause. And take it away from all dynasty, right? We're going to have the dance come up now. This is to celebrate it for you, Perima. We're going to have this dance to show our culture. Every action, every finger movement is to celebrate life and to say for 100 years, everything has a movement and to celebrate life. So let the dance movement speak for itself. Thank you. beautiful dance. Can't get a name right now. Kamendi. Alright, I want to get the focus back on Amar again and the 100th. And in the Hindu tradition, Indian culture, whenever we revere somebody and we want to give them the highest accolade, we normally garland that person. And I think today, in the true fitting style, I would like the three children, Dharma, Shangan, and then Mago, children to come forward. And I think it would be nice for her to be surrounded by the children. Maybe the grandchildren can be around and the immediate family members. And they could garland Amma. And Saroj will then sing that song and lead the song about mother. Okay, and the whole crowd is then going to be singing the song about mother. And I'd like the video cameraman to focus on my Auntie Perima as the garlanding is taking place. Saroj, so can you sing that song, please? Shagan and Dharma, can you please come? I think not often that you have this chance to kiss your mother and say happy birthday. Now I'm going to give you the chance in front of everyone. Wish your mother and you're going to garland her and give her that absolute reverence, because that's what we are showing her. The greatest dignity we ever accord to somebody. That's what we do in the Indian tradition. Okay, Saroj, can you pass that Gana, you've given that sheet around and we can sing the song? Satya, I think it's in the sheet as well. We're all just going to sing along. It's just free for everyone. Amataya. Satya and Roy, please, and anyone else who wants to join in the song, please come forward. It's for Amma. It's a privilege. In fact, anyone who can sing the song, come, Dan. You must jump at this juncture. Don't sit back. Come. Yeah. If I have a voice, I'll sing. If you hear my voice, you want me to keep quiet. Basi and please everybody, I'm nervous, so please join me. Amma, Amma, Taye, Agilandeshwari Niye, Anapurvaneshwari Taye, Adiparasakti Niye. Amma, Amma, Taye, Agilandeshwari Niye, Anapurvaneshwari Taye, Adiparasakti Niye. Sai, Sai, Maye, Perima Niye, Sugananari Taye, Sai Maheshwari Niye. Sai, Sai, Maye, Perima Niye, Sugananari Taye, Adiparasakti Niye. Saishwari, Vaishnavi Janani, Vishwavilashi, Visalakshi Mata Saishwari. Amma, Amma Taye, Adilameshwari Niye, Anapurvaneshwari Taye, Oh, Adiparasakti Niye. Thank you so much, Saroj. Okay, I mean it's difficult to sing in front of a crowd, and Krish and anyone who could have joined in, it's difficult, but I think you came up well. Right? All right, the next speaker is her grandchild, and I think that those on the immediate ring will have so much from the heart. You heard the way Terry spoke. And now we're going to hear from somebody so little, Valencia, that's her granddaughter, grandson Julian's daughter is going to come forward and she's going to speak to us. So Valencia, can let me hear it from you? Give it a round of applause.
Good evening, everyone. It's nice to see so many people here. I didn't know we had such a big family. Just really like to wish my granny a happy 100th birthday. Yeah. Okay, I have grown up with her and I've grown to know many sides of her. Not only is she very loving, she's also very cheeky as well. I've gotten many, many scoldings from her for the way I dress, or if I'm watching TV for too long, or the lights are going to get high as well. The lights are out. If I watch too much TV, or if I use the stove too long. Yeah, so happy birthday.
Valencia, I have something to tell you. You know, they say one of the toughest jobs in the world and the hardest jobs in the world. Do you know what it is? It's being a mother. And do you know what's the pay for it? Oh, she gets it. Wonderful children like her. And one of the things that they do, and that is why my Perima is here. And I stayed with her. And you know where I slept? I slept between Perima and Perima. I wonder if my Perima liked that. I don't know. It's not here to say. But it's okay, Valencia. But I want to say, grandmothers and parents, they do the most sterling job. And that's why all of us you are here. And that's why we're a dynasty. Because they set boundaries. And they do, you know, my auntie, when I stayed there, I can tell you now stories and I can't stop. Because she taught me everything. She was the one who, by the way, identified that I had tonsillitis. And she took me to the hospital. She was the first one who taught me how to eat curry. She was the one who stopped me, and when I fell down, picked me up and kissed me to say, oh no, you know what? When I kissed you, the pain goes away. And that was my Perima. And that's why she's seated there today, you see? And I can't stop talking about her. Okay, so now I'm going to call the next speaker. This speaker is all the way from overseas. You know, they have to fly them down. If you're 100 years, they don't come like that. Oh no, we sent the ticket by Donald's too. And this is a very special speaker. But I'm not going to ask you to stand. You can just clap when he's finished. And this is Ronald. And I'll tell you the story about Ronald. You know, I grew up with him. He had gangly legs. And when he smiled, that cornflake smile with meaty teeth. I never thought he's going to end up so handsome. But when you see the meaty teeth, so come on, Ronald. Okay, now you're going to hear it from his side.
I'm sure you guys can hear me without the mic. Is it open? That's it. There you go. That's a long flight. Thanks, Krishna. Just looking around the room, it's just a pleasure to see. Good evening, everybody. It's a real pleasure to be here. Just looking around, seeing all the family members together. It's been so many years for me. It's quite emotional anyway, just to see everybody. It's really touching. I'm here because of Amma also, 100th birthday. It is special to me. She's more special than more people than you would know. But I just want to say, the birthdays just to every one of us are special. So you imagine being 100, how special that is. Has anyone in the room went to a 100th birthday party? Anybody? What does it tell you? It tells you the magnitude of the event, how special it is, and how we should treasure the moments that we have, and we can spare with our elders. What I did is that when I just talk about birthdays, just throw up ideas and things come to mind. It's a celebration of life. And what a celebration of life has been for Amma. She's been really a great person. And what we've been hearing from everybody, the likes of Krishni, the likes of Terisha, who else was speaking? I wasn't paying attention. Satya, yes, of course. It's really great. It's a test of greatness that we go through. And for me, I was just looking, I was just kind of speechless, trying to write a speech for 2 weeks now that I've been here. And you know what, I've come up with nothing, because it's really, you can't put certain things into words. And what I did come up with this morning, 5 minutes before probably half an hour before the event, I had a birthday, a calling, a life, a long life. Still live to the full, and a life shared with so many. What we tend to do is that we don't honor the experiences of our old. Instead, we, as the youngsters, we idolize the youth. And it's a bit sad, because the age, they have a lot to give. They have so much to give, and yet we take so little from them. There's so much of wisdom and pleasure that we can derive from them. And we look around, it's such a pleasure to see everyone. What they do is that they hold families together. That's how important their roles are. It's extremely important. And we should really honor the gifts that they have, that they give us. What I was thinking is that, do a quick flashback into speaking to Amma for the past 2 weeks, and she's been telling me some stories. So the first thing that came to mind is, everybody's mind is that, how do you live so long? And I think it's quite evident as to why she lives so long. The kindness that she has inside, you just see it through. But she was telling me about interesting stories. She was telling me about her father. And for me, this is the first time I've known somebody who knows somebody from India. Her father was from India. Isn't that incredible? Does anybody know where their foreparents came from? Okay, so I'm sure some of the older people can answer that. I just don't know any of the youngsters that know that. It's just incredible. She tells me that, from the information I've been given, she tells me that she had 4 brothers. And of course, the brothers' names are GVP, Chuks, I think it is. I'm not sure about the names, so please excuse me. Thambi, and there's 3 brothers, right? 3, okay. And then there was 4 sisters, and I know them like this: Pulanti, Pulwanti, oh yeah, of course, my granny, we used to know as top and bottom anyway, Terry and Chilumbai. And that was purely by location. One stayed in the top and the other stayed in the bottom. And that's how we knew them. And then she has, that was the family structure she came from. And if you look at her life, my intention is not to bore you with all the details, but I think it's important that she's lived through such a long period of life, and certain things are important in her life, and also it needs to be said, I think. So if you can bear with me. She has 3 kids. Shang, I call him Shang Mama anyway, and I think his name is Shamagu. And then there's Tanmagai. Oh my goodness, it's a mouthful. So we call it Danki. And then there's Dharma. Okay, you don't get that, it's Dharma. Dharma is also known as Ant. And I don't know where you got that name from. Who would name the kid Ant? There's 9 grandchildren. Funny enough, this family is not as big as you think it would be, considering the age. There's 9 grandchildren, 13 great-grandchildren. Wait for this. There is 1 great great grandchild. She deserves a pound of applause for that. Really amazing. I think some of the numbers for the kids may be understated. But those are known kids. Just for me, and carrying on to the family side, my father was born on the same day as Amma, on the 22nd of November. So her birthday is both very special to me. It means a lot. It's a pity my mother couldn't be here just because of other arrangements, previous engagements. But she's also very, very missed. And Amma's been asking me where is she, and I've explained to her that she's in Australia. And just the timing was a bit unfortunate with that. Just from me, if I think about all the years, and Satya mentioned the years anyway, we went back, 1905 was Einstein was still working on his theory of relativity at the time. 1914, Satya mentioned World War I, World War II, 1939. She's lived through such a big time frame. 1994, South African history changed. It's huge. 1964, I was born. Okay, that's important. And just going through the years, there's a lot. And also, I think I'm failing my duty if I don't make mention of who I know as being Tata, her husband. He was really a kind person. And all through the years, I've known him anyway. And I used to live with him, so I know them intimately for this period of years. He's extremely kind, very well mannered. And you take away a lot from these people. We've said over the years, even Amma, all the little things that you went, speaking about looking after kids and looking after me especially, all of us anyway, we take away things. What we should do when we look at life is that we like to take. We also need to ask ourselves, do we give? She was a giver. She was a giver to the nth degree. And I just think that all of you sitting here, I think, what it does is that all the little memories that you have, it leaves silly flies. It leaves footprints in everybody's mind and hearts. That's what she leaves. She leaves a legacy of immortality with every one of us. It's a pity my sons couldn't be here. They're still schooling and stuff like that. It's just a pity they couldn't be part of this to see how big the event is and how important a milestone 100 is. Just lastly, I just want to do a thanks to certain people that were helping me with getting this event organized. Mageshni, man, she was running around every day with a book and a pen, asking me the questions. How many tables did you order? I still didn't get it right. The number of chairs. Mageshni, thanks a lot. There's Mishi, there's Danki, there's so many people, but just a few people that comes to mind. But I think I need to tell you another story that I actually came across on 2 days ago. Trevor, I don't know, a lot of you might know him. He, being Trevor, what he does, he goes to her and he says to her, "Mom, why do you go outside and sit every day after you have a bath if you're sorry?" Then I look at him, and then she looks and he says to her, "I think you got a boyfriend." You know the response that she got? She said to him, "Don't you speak like that. That it's not nice. People might start to believe stuff." He continued to aggravate her with the boyfriend story. She said to him, "If you carry on speaking like that," she said, "I'm going to charge you. I'm going to charge you." And you could see her frail hands and her body, the way she moved anyway. But what struck me more was that I said to her, "Mom, do you want me to sort him out?" She looked at me and she thought for a minute. And then I said, "Mom, do you want me to hit him?" She said, "No, don't hit him." She said, "Just speak to him. What that tells you is the nature of the character. Enshrined in her is such a goodness. And yet, when you look around us anyway, there's so little of it. And that's why I say, if anything we take from her is that we take the goodness, and we see all the things. It's just incredible. Yeah, and Trevor, where's he? We need to sort him out, all of us, after this party. And just really, I think, just the other thing, Krishna has been saying that the event is really an informal one. It's a gathering of the clan or the dynasty, as you put it. I think it's nice that we touch base again and get to know one another. So if there's anybody that wants to say anything or you want to contribute to the party, you're most welcome. There's lots and lots of little stories that she can tell you, and Amma can tell you, and it's really great. I want to thank all of you for responding to the invite. I want to thank Donkey. Donkey's been really, really good with this whole process. And Ma, God bless. Oh, and by the way, I learned Tamil from Amma. Can you believe that? She wants to know what I said. Huh? Okay, and thanks everybody. Have a good time.
Ronald, I think you've really set the tone in bringing this function to its real meaning. And the meaning is what we are celebrating about. That is the true nature of this 100th birthday. You epitomized everything so beautifully. I think the way Satya started off capturing 100 years, taking us through the milestones, the 10 decades of her life, what she would have lived through, the world wars, and you have captured so beautifully the different lives, the people that had impacted on her. I thought that was very, very well encapsulated. But now that you're in that very reflective mode, I want you to sit back, relax, and listen to a song that I'm going to play. But for all of you who have mothers present, I want you to look your moment and think how much you can do for your mother presently. And of course, for those who have lost your mothers, I know it's going to be a very difficult time for you. But I want you to know it's never too late to honor anybody you consider your mother. A neighbor, a person, anyone, an aunt, an elder. Just take the opportunity to show love and give love. So I'm going to play the song to you, Mother of Mine. And what we're going to do, as the song is going to play, we're going to sing it along in a true celebratory fashion. Thank you. So please help us to sing this song along because it has meaning to the occasion, okay? Mona, you ready with the song? This DJ is getting me a bit worried now. We need some lot of training here.